Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cassie project. So this week we are going to be doing the third episode of the Art Growth Sketchbook. Yes, this is an art prompt book which is spring inspired and it was written by myself and I absolutely love it. This sketchbook has 25 art prompts for you to enjoy throughout that spring season. It's not too overwhelming. You can make it as simple or as complicated as you like, and so far I am having so much fun with it and I hope you guys will as well. First up, we are going to start with some colouring. So the first page is filled with this pattern of spring illustrations and we coloured in the right page and we used cooler tones. Now I decided to change it up a little bit on the left page because I did a boo-boo. I grabbed the wrong grey for the clouds. And this becomes such a happy little accident. It made me decide to use warmer colours on this left page, which created a little bit of difference, a little bit more interest to this two-page spread, and I really like how it turned out. I've used oranges for the Wellington boots and this lovely browns and tans for the butterfly, and I just love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Let's move on to the first art prompt. And the very first prompt in this book. Let's study. Research a flower species, draw it, study its anatomy, label it and make a profile on it. To help me out with this page, I thought I would grab this gorgeous book that I've got, which is a plant for every day of the year. This actually runs in order from when flowers blossom, so from spring all the way through to winter. I'm actually going to pick a flower that blooms this time of year, and that is the magnolia. So this particular flower is called Susan. Now straight away I had to Google why this flower was called Susan, and it was actually named after the daughter of the then director of the United States National Arboretum. And this beautiful public garden is where the breeding took place of these particular flowers. Now I wanted to start off with a beautiful picture of a magnolia showing off its beautiful petals, and then I'm going to create these different shapes where I can do more detailed versions of the flower. I wanted to create spaces as well where I could write information about this flower. So the magnolia, it's an easy and reliable plant. It's a shrub and it grows to 4 meters wide and 4 meters tall. It flowers in early spring all the way through to early summer, and it's got these dark purple buds that open into like tulip shaped flowers. They have got this rich reddish purple on the outside and they've got a paler pink within the flower, and they've got this gorgeous fruity scent. Now I wanted to create an underpainting for each of these flowers. So for this main one, I've painted this square in this bright fluorescent pink colour, and I'm just going in with all these different colours, leaving bits of that pink throughout the picture. I'm using these lovely deep reds and purples to create the petals, and then going in with a brown colour for the stem. I decided to finish it off with a nice gold border. For this next picture of the magnolia, I decided to go in with a little bit more detail, a little bit more focused on those petal shapes, and to make it look super pretty I added a lovely gold background to it. Next up, I wanted to zoom out a little bit. I wanted to see the magnolia flowers on the actual branch to show what it looked like as a shrub. And then finally, for these last 3 pictures, I've got them in different positions. So we've got one that's closed up, one that's slightly opening out, and one that is fully open. I decided to go for a beautiful, bright, vivid orange for the background of those 3 pictures. And I'm going to use that bright orange again for the title of this page. Yes, it may look like a bit of a homework task, but I just love learning. I love researching, and I was one of those kids that really enjoyed homework. I just love creating these profile pages and sharing the information with you guys. So I love this page, and I truly hope that you enjoy creating in it as well. I wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone that has shared their artwork in the Art Growth Sketchbook. I love seeing all your videos and your Instagram posts, so please do continue tagging me in all those photos and videos. And it is so wonderful to see that my book is inspiring you guys to create. So the next prompt that we're going to be doing today is a pastel palette. The book that I'm using isn't the final copy, so it actually still has some spelling errors. But don't worry, look, in yours it is spelt correctly. Thank goodness. I decided for this pastel page I was going to create a lovely little front door with lots of greenery and prettiness and use these beautiful pastel colours. I recently purchased a couple of paints from a shop called So Stream Green, and they are these lovely pastel colours. We've got this pastel lilac and this sage colour, and as soon as I saw those colours I thought, oh, that would look so pretty as a front door. A lovely lilac front door with all the greenery surrounding it. I thought it would be lovely. But I am actually setting myself a bit of a challenge for this one. I'm only going to be using 2 colours, and black and white of course. So I'm just mixing a little bit of white into that green to create this super pastel green colour for the wall. And then I mix the 2 colours together with some white to create these grey colours for the floor and for the windows. Now obviously I can create lots of different greens using this paint. I can use white and black to lighten and darken the greens, but I can also add in that purple now and again to change that green very slightly. And I'm just using so many different greens on this picture and layering them on top of each other to make these plants look so full and beautiful. I thought I just have to have a wreath on this door. It will make it look so springy and aesthetically pleasing. I genuinely was so proud of myself for sticking to just those 2 colours for this picture, and I think it's made it look so much prettier, and I just love this pastel page so much. It is Easter, so I thought it was very fitting to do this page today. And that is Make It Delicious. Create a page filled with all your favourite Easter treats. Now, one of my favourite treats, apart from chocolate of course, is a hot cross bun. I love hot cross buns, they are so yummy. So I thought it'd be really cute to make a basket of hot cross buns, but of course we have to have a little character in there, and I was trying to think of the most roundest little animal that I could put in this basket that is trying to look like a hot cross bun, and that was a little hedgehog. I just thought it was so cute. So we've got a hedgehog trying to climb up on this basket and a little hedgehog on its back. Oh, and it's just so cute. And I'm going in with my alcohol markers for this one, which I thoroughly enjoyed, adding all the shade into this little wicker basket and blending the colours together to create these yummy hot cross buns. I just love combining food with little characters. It's just adorable. And to see this little hedgehog on its back looking all squishy and adorable just makes my heart feel warm. I decided to go in with a purple colour for that bow hanging on the basket, and of course this little blanket that sits inside the basket which holds all those hot cross buns. And then I'm tidying up the hot cross buns with my acrylic markers, and I decided to add a pink colour for the background. Now finally I wanted to add lots of little spikes to those hedgehogs, so I'm going in with my fine liner, and I just love this one so much. So of course this has to be a sticker in my shop. It's too cute not to be there. But not only that, I have also decided to create a pocket bear sticker for you guys because so many people enjoyed the pocket bears so much. So I really hope you like it. Head on over to the cassieprojects.co.uk to get yours. On the very first episode of the Art Growth Sketchbook, we did one of the colouring pages. So I decided to do the second colouring page today. And this one is a landscape style picture. So we've got this rainbow sat in all the clouds, and then we've got all these wiggly lines to the base. Now the question is, do you see hills or do you see the ocean? Let me know in the comments below which one you would choose. I wanted to leave that up to you guys because you could create this picture however you want it to be. I decided for this picture that I wanted to do hills today, so I am going in with lots of different greens on these hilltops. I've gone for more darker muted greens for the hills towards the back, and then I'm going in with some lighter greens towards the front. But as you know, I love to mix different art supplies together, so we've gone in with the alcohol markers for the base colour, and then I wanted to bring in my acrylic markers to create a foreground of beautiful wildflowers. I'm just doing lots of different splodges of colour, these odd little shapes, and then I'm going to fill in the areas around it with a darker green. I then decided to colour in the entire background in this black colour, so it's got this lovely frame, and I'm bringing that prompt back in there, colour this page, and I just think this one is so pretty, so full of colour and so vibrant, and I'm so pleased with it. But I've got to try this page again, but with blues, because I really want to see it as a seascape. Finally, for the last prompt, again I'm picking something very Eastery, and that is customize this egg. Use patterns, lines, circles, swirls and dots to decorate this egg. Now I've got out my gold leaf because I plan to use that in a little bit, and I'm going to use my acrylic gouache. I've chosen a blue colour because I love blue and gold together. I've got two different blues, but I think I'm going to go for this more vibrant one. And then I'm going to use black to darken it. And I think I'm going to go in with this green colour as well. I really like the green and gold colour together. So I'm going to mix these in with some black paint to make them super dark. And I'm just going to go very abstract and have fun. Very similar to when I decorated my crochet bowl. I actually used Talia Stanton's techniques to customize a crochet bowl, and I'm doing a very similar approach with this one, so I'll link that for you guys at the end of this video. I'm just going very loosely with the paint and adding all these different colors to it, and then I decided to use my Zentangle techniques to fill in all the sections. I'm using my Jelly Roll white gel pen, and I'm also going to use my black fine liners, and I'm just adding swirls and lines and dots and all these different things to add a bit more interest to all these swirly shapes. Now it's time to get out the gold leaf, and I am just going to add a bit of PVA glue to different areas of this egg that needs a little bit more attention, and then I'm going to stick that gold leaf to it, and then when I brush away that gold leaf, we'll be left with these little sections, these little patterns of gold, which just make it look so luxury and beautiful, and oh, it's gorgeous. I decided to finish it off by adding a black background to just make that gold really pop, and I adore this one. I think it's so pretty. I just love these colours against that gold leaf. It is so sparkly, and I'm very proud of that one. Last but not least, we've got to colour in those little thumbnails on the contents page, showing all the different prompts that we have completed today. So we completed a profile on the magnolia plant, a basket of hot cross buns and hedgehogs. We made a pastel front door, filled in the gorgeous colouring page, and finally that customised egg. I really hope that you enjoyed that video, and I hope you enjoyed all the prompts that we've done today. I hope it's inspired you to get creating at home. Do carry on watching some more videos over here. I will pop in that crochet bowl video for you guys to check out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.